It's an exciting time at Northern Secondary School. The SAC elections are just around the corner, and candidates are busy campaigning. As they enter the school each morning, students are greeted with a barrage of campaign slogans and dollar store candy.
Okay, so I need you to just say stop anywhere you like. Oh, sorry. Just say stop anywhere you like.
Alright. Stop.
Oops, sorry. Yeah.
Stop.
Okay, take a look at your card. Don't show me though. So every card has a letter written on it. Every card has a specific letter written on it, okay?
Yep.
So I want you to remember that card and remember that letter as well. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, once you got it memorized, hand that back. Watch this, ready?
Yeah.
Just gonna point to about how deep it is.
Oh, gosh,
If you had to
I
guess.
don't know.
If you had to guess, approximately.
Like there, I guess?
About there. Ready? Watch this. Ready? What was your card?
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah.
It was the 2 of clubs.
Okay. Boom! 2 of clubs.
Yeah.
But wait. I got all of them. Vote
my
Sarah
goodness.
for ISD. Woo! Woo!
Who are you voting for this election? Like, for president, let's say.
Probably Carolyn. She seems like she knows what's going on. Probably Carolyn. She's my really good friend. I think she's very qualified for the position.
I don't know, probably Guire. Because she said Carolyn.
Does that pick you of him with Dale?
Yeah, it's because of that pic with him, like, at prom with Dale, with the book.
Vice president?
Definitely Bob. His video was
I'm
like
gonna vote for Mac
pretty good.
because
Mac isn't even vice president. Oh yeah, he is.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I thought he was grade 10.
I'm gonna vote for Mac
Grade 11.
because Mac is probably gonna be actually more competent than Bob. And while Bob is great, he probably just wants it so it can be like a thing that he's done, and then he's gonna be like lazy. And also everything is gonna be rap themed if we get Bob elected.
Treasurer or secretary?
Treasure. Okay, I'm gonna vote for Jules because she is nice.
With cumulatives and exams looming over the horizon, election week provides a welcome bit of lighthearted fun during a time that is otherwise very stressful. However, it would be wrong to assume that the election doesn't have a very real impact on the school. The Northern Student Body has a complicated relationship with the SAC.
What do you guys think of the SAC?
They present themselves as being good, but I don't really know what they exactly do.
Well, they don't do anything. They're like the face of the student body, but they don't actually. They just do whatever Mr. Kelson tells them to.
Wow,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure. Well,
So you're saying they're more of the face than the actual brain?
Yeah, like before they can actually do anything, it has to be like approved by everyone. So it's not that they actually have any power of their own.
Okay, so why did you initially want to run for VP?
I did. I mean, initially I just kind of wanted to expose the SAC because I think it's kind of like a really superficial organization in our school that doesn't really actually do anything. I think it's corrupted. I think there's kind of a bureaucracy in our school. Our school is really governed by a couple like the top 1%, you know, the buddies, that type of stuff. So initially I kind of just wanted to run to expose the SAC, and if I did well, because I'm a completely non-legitimate candidate, then I would succeed. And now I'm actually like a serious contender, so there you go. The SAC is bullshit.
Well, everybody votes for who they're friends with.
Yeah,
and who they
if
like.
someone is more popular in the school, they're more guaranteed to win.
It's not even about their like what they plan to do or anything like that.
Yeah, if you're not known and look like you want, like what you're really gonna do is a change, but you're boring, you're not gonna get it no matter what. It's like, not like it doesn't.
Most people will vote for their friends and who they know better instead of who they think will actually do a better job. I feel like people don't really care much about how they're gonna actually do
because of the fact that it doesn't really show much effect either way.
I like the SAC a lot. I've got a bunch of friends on it. I think it's really fun and it's a good way for students to get involved, but I'm not quite sure what it does all the time.
What are some of the things that the SAC has done this year?
So we've hosted a lot of like events, like had like Pajama Month and like of course like Farmers Day was pretty recent. We also hosted Birthday and Barbecue, so like the events throughout the year we've always done. We got a mural painted in the cafeteria, so it's been an array of things around the school.
On the SAC?
Yeah.
I don't know like disappointed, I guess.
One of my other goals is just to take really good notes. To take notes so everyone will be able to follow them. Like really simple notes that will cover everything in meetings.
But Frank, you don't take notes.
They need to step up their game.
One of the roles of the SAC is to distribute funding for clubs and associations. This is a popular source of controversy.
How do you decide how to distribute the budget to the different clubs and associations?
Well, basically, I decide by going through all the clubs and associations' requests, what they need, and I see what will benefit the greatest number of students or will have the greatest impact on the school, and how large an association has, looking for like that with number of members, number of events it has a year, things like that, and then you take all those things into account.
What do you think of the SAC?
I think that sometimes they try really hard in some areas, but those areas do not really extend to enough of the diverse range of students at Northern. Like they give a lot of attention and funding to buddies and the Boys Athletic Association and kind of ignore the rest of Northern.
How much funding did your book get this year?
0 funding. We're not a club or an association.
This year was actually good. We got almost $500, but then halfway through the year, they pulled back about half of it and did not inform me. So I actually spent $70 out of my own pocket, almost $80 actually, on art supplies because they took away my funding and nobody told me.
In the past, your book has applied for funding, and they've had to fight with SAC apparently for the entire year to get a replacement for broken equipment.
Art Club, for some reason, is expected to contribute a lot of time and people and materials to painting the locker murals around the school, which is extremely difficult without a lot of funding because we can't just use school paint, we have to use art club paint, which is what I was actually spending money on when I went significantly over budget. So it's really difficult because we have half-completed murals and people keep asking us, when's this going to get finished? And it can't get finished without the money.
I think it's really unfair because everyone expects to have an amazing yearbook. They don't realize how much energy and effort it takes to create the yearbook. We're there twice a week till 5 every week for the entire year basically, and it makes it even harder when we have broken equipment because we can only sign out one camera at a time and it doesn't focus very well.
I feel like reasons I would give more money to some clubs or some associations is either because they're seen as a bigger portion of the school. So it's like comparing the BAA to something a lot smaller, like say the Dungeons and Dragons Club or the Art Club. Not to say that those aren't very important clubs, it's just that the BAA is a club or an association that is recognized throughout the school, and there's a huge number of participants and is a really big part of what the school believes in. Whereas not to say that these other clubs aren't, but they just don't have either as many members or as much recognition. And I urge other heads of clubs to try to host more events for their clubs so that they can get more recognition. But I think that's the main difference.
It's difficult for a club to try to get to the point of recognition, like the same point of recognition as athletics, without being provided enough funding.
It was all around the grad sweaters. Essentially, the SAC decided that what they're gonna do is get some grad sweaters. They're gonna procure us some grad sweaters. Here I am with Alexander Tam. He was an eyewitness as well.
Yeah.
So they decided to procure some grad sweaters, and they set up a poll saying, okay, please everyone, can you give us some designs for grad sweaters? And then you can vote on which one you want. So naturally, a whole bunch of people take grad sweaters quite seriously. So they came up with a variety of designs. So there were a whole bunch of them. Eventually one was chosen, and the SAC said that they were actually going to order a completely different one. So suddenly you have this problem where there's the grad sweater, which sort of means a lot to some people. It really has a lot of emotional pull. And then here's the SAC just going and trampling over people's, well, so naturally people got way too upset about this. There's a divide, and then there's a whole bunch of screaming on Facebook. I remember Edan got...
Edan!
Oh yeah, Edan. he went way too hardcore. He was talking about democracy and freedom, and then somebody started using like Sack Rebellion or Sack Anarchy as a Facebook hashtag. To my recollection, at one point, Ted Cruz and Ted Spare. Same diff though, right? They're probably both the Zodiac Killer.
Yeah.
Regardless, Ted Spare made a comment on how this event was, and I quote, drawing all the school shooters out. This is exactly as petty as it sounds, and once more I think it shows that the SAC is a pretty useless institution. I don't know why we have it, except for complaining, but hey, that was some fun complaining we had.
Not only are these people our classmates, they are our friends. Yet they are given the power to make decisions that, like any political decision, have the potential to be very divisive. Politics and friendship are never a good combo, but at Northern they exist side by side. In the end, there's one thing that can't be denied. Whether you love them, hate them, or are entirely indifferent, the SAC gives Northerners a taste of real politics.